This is probably my favorite time of the day. It's just before sunset. I'm coming up on Point Conception here pretty soon. I'll be going around Point Conception in the dark on my route to Cabrillo Bay near Long Beach in Los Angeles. It's been a pretty good day. Motored most of the day today, but the well, actually no, I didn't. I motored for the first 6 hours, and then the wind was able to come up high enough, and I was able to sail. And now I'm making about 5.5 to 6 knots. It's pretty confused seas right now. It's pretty rough, but at least with this Point Cabrillo or something like that that I'm going to be rounding, it'll be putting me more in line with the waves, and it should level out quite a bit. I mean, with the last few little jibes that I've made, a few degrees here, a few degrees there, it's helped a lot. Earlier they were hitting me right on the beam, so it's nice. So that's what you'd call about 2 to 3 foot wind waves, maybe 4 feet on well, they're calling for 9 foot swells, so I believe it. So the gusts keep coming up to about I don't know, about 18 or 20 knots. It's forecasted to climb tonight about 20 knots, gusting to 25. So I'll end up getting rid of a lot of the sail that I have up. Maybe just running with a foresail. That's it. But the nice thing is, once I get around Point Conception, I can snug right in against the mainland, and most of the wind waves should disappear. It's gonna be a bumpy night. I'm not gonna get much sleep tonight, but that's okay. Anyways, just enjoying the night. That's about it. October 31st. It's about 5:30, just about maybe 5:45. I'll be doing my radio net tonight with Halcyon at 6 o'clock, or 1800, I should say. And yeah, hopefully I can pick them up. They're in Santa Barbara right now. It's about 80 miles away. No, less than that. Maybe 70 miles now. Woohoo, the countdown's on. Feels good. Miles are ticking off. Miles are ticking off. Cool. Big old oil derrick right there. I better adjust my course. Don't want to hit that. Oh, it's a beautiful sky tonight. So, since I've been in Cabrillo, downtown LA, the people here have been so friendly, man. I have people come up to this boat probably 2 or 3 times a day, literally, and want to talk about Alban Vegas. They understand the pedigree of the boats, and everybody just wants to know where I'm going, what am I doing, you know, probably looking at me a little bit like, what's possessed you to go out into the ocean in a 27-foot boat? But then they understand that it's a Alban Vega, and they're like, oh, you're fine, you're an Alban Vega. But that's not how it works. The ocean is so incredibly powerful. but at least the Alban Vega is something that it gives you a really strong, capsule that you're basically living in. You're like a snail on the ocean. You've got all your life. Everything is inside this vessel. It's got a hard shell, and it's traveling across the ocean. And, all you can do is hope that everything goes well. Anyways, this place has been amazing. I had a guy come by here yesterday in a little sailing dinghy, and he stopped and he paddled right beside me, like right here. And he's like, "Hey man!" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, that's an Alban Vega." I'm like, "Yeah, man, it is. It's an Alban Vega." He's like, "Yeah, 27 foot." I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I've studied the Contessas, the Albans, the Albergs." He's like, "I want an Alban Vega." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, they're a really good boat. They're a beautiful boat. I mean, they're super strong and really seaworthy." And he's like, "How long you been out?" And I said, "A month and a half." He's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not too sure." And he's out in this little dinghy sailing, and he's just ripping through here until his rudder fell off, like right there. And anyways, that's what caught my attention, was I see this guy paddling like crazy against the wind with his big sail up, and then I saw his rudder floating right there. Anyways, he says he studies all day, goes to school, studies all day, and to clear his mind, he jumps into the little dinghy and he sails out, and he just sails the basin right here. And I thought to myself, that is awesome. Yeah, he's like, "You gotta come over, man." He's like, "My wife is an excellent cook. She'll cook you dinner, and we can just hang out and talk about boats." I'm like, "You know what? That'd be really cool, buddy." So I think what I'll do is I'll grab a beer out of the fridge, beer or two, throw them in the backpack, and I'll head over there tonight, because I'm heading for Newport tomorrow. So it's my last chance. And so probably, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that, I'll set sail out through the mouth there, and head for Newport, where some of my friends on another boat are waiting for me. And then head for San Diego, and then get across the border into Ensenada. It's time. It's time to go to Mexico.
No, I gotta have it, it ain't gonna lead nowhere. Except for the many legions of the people with the problem, but nobody cares. Cause all I do is sit and dream about drinking and women and music. It's just gonna keep being another reason to use and abuse it. But still I gotta, no, I gotta have it, it ain't gonna lead nowhere. Except for the many legions of the people with the problem, but nobody cares. Cause all I do is sit and dream about drinking and women and music. It's just gonna keep being another reason to use and abuse it. But still I gotta, I live it, I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live it, I learn, all I wanna do is burn. And so I light it up. I live it, I learn, all I wanna do is burn down. And so I light it up. I live it, I learn, all I wanna do is burn. Yeah. You know I got a lot of wrongs to right. I've been fighting, lying, cheating on you every night. I got a habit, so I'm mad at it, but it's alright. Cause in the end I wanna be the one holding you tight. But I got to hold on, make way. I said the drinking and the women and the music got me crazy. But I'm addicted, oblivious. Now I just can't stop. Hey, yeah, she's all that I need. Everything that I got, you know. No, I gotta have it, it ain't gonna lead nowhere. Except to the many legions of the people with the problem, but nobody cares. Cause all I do is sit and dream about drinking and women and music. It's just gonna keep me another reason to use and abuse it. But still I gotta, I live it, so I